Today's video is for international students wishing to study for BSc or Masters or even PhD programs with fully funded scholarship. So this is a great opportunity for you to study abroad without paying any tuition fee. Okay, this institution I'll be talking about in this video is offering 100% scholarship to international students. That means you'll be studying in this institution without paying any tuition fee. And that is not all. As a student in this institution, you will also be getting monthly stipends like the student allowance, meal allowance, international allowance, and a lot more. They are also going to reimburse your flight money. That is the money you paid from your country to this country. They will reimburse this money to you. You don't need to write IELTS to get an admission in this institution. That means that IELTS is not compulsory. Okay. Also, 95% of their programs are taught in English. So you see, you don't need to worry about language or going for a language school or learning their language, okay, because the programs are taught in English. The application portal for the next semester, which is spring 2025, beginning March 2025, the application portal will open by September 11, 2024. Okay, the application window will be open for 1 month, so there is still time for you to watch this video, get the necessary documents ready, so that once the application portal opens, you'll be among the first that will apply. Okay, now I'm going to show you my screen and I will tell you everything you need to know about this institution I'm talking about. But first of all, if today is the first time you are coming across this channel, you're welcome. Please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell beside the subscribe button so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first to get notified. Okay, and make sure you like this video while we continue. The institution we'll be talking about in this video is the Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology, located in South Korea. They are offering both undergraduate and graduate programs, masters, PhD, BSc. Okay, so let me show you what you stand to gain if you are admitted into this university as an undergraduate student. Okay, so look at the scholarship they are offering to undergraduate students. Okay, the tuition fee is fully waived. Can you see that? Tuition fee is fully waived. That means that if you get an admission in this institution, you are not paying any dime. Okay, the tuition fee is fully waived. Okay, and the requirement for this opportunity is that it is granted to all international students without any conditions. Guys, you can see my screen. I'm not hiding anything here. Okay, look at it here. It is granted to all international students. You don't need to do anything. Once you have gotten an admission, you are eligible to get this full funding. That is what I'm trying to explain. Okay, now the next scholarship they will offer you is the student allowance. Okay, the student allowance is 130,000 won per month. Okay, you know that in the country of South Korea, the currency they use is won. Now the student allowance is 130,000 won per month. To be eligible for this particular one, you need to have gained at least 11 credits in your previous semester. Okay, so this student allowance doesn't start immediately you get admitted or you resume with this institution. You must have at least gone through one semester and gain at least 11 credits in that semester before you will be eligible. Secondly, no academic probation in the previous semester. So you must not have any academic probation, okay, if you want to qualify for this student allowance. The third criteria is that it is not applicable to the disciplinary periods imposed by school due to the students' improper behavior. Of course, so they also have meal allowance for students, which is also 270,000 won per month. Okay, and the criteria is the same thing with the criteria for the student allowance. Okay, so you can read through. Okay, link will be attached as well in the description box. You can read through and you confirm this information by yourself. Okay, you will see that this thing is true. Okay, now the next one is international allowance. allowance. They are also going to offer 130,000 won per month, okay? But the requirement for this scholarship is that you must have achieved a GPA of at least 3.0 out of the 4.5 scale in the previous semester. Okay, this is the requirement. If you want to get the international allowance, okay, your GPA must be up to 3 points. Okay, then there is also the settlement subsidy. Guys, look at the settlement subsidy of 230,000 won. Okay, this is also granted to all international students without any conditions. Okay, so you see, you don't stand to lose anything at all, but you stand to gain when you study in this institution. Okay, so this is it, a settlement subsidy of 200,000 won granted to all international students without any conditions. You don't have to do anything to get this as an international student. Okay, now the flight reimbursement is for your one-way flight. Okay, so if you book a flight, you must book a one-way flight to this institution or to this country, and you'll be reimbursed. Okay, and this reimbursement will come after 1 month of study in the first semester, so they will pay you back after you must have studied for 1 year. Okay, now look at this, there's a clause here. Remember, we are looking at the undergraduate scholarships. Okay, so the tuition fees and allowances are supported for 8 semesters. Did you see that? They want you to understand that the tuition fees and the allowances they will be paying you are for 8 semesters. Okay, so if your study is more than 8 semesters, after 8 semesters you will not be getting these allowances anymore. You will not be getting this funding anymore. Do you understand? Let's say you are going for a program that lasts more than 8 semesters. They are only going to pay you all these allowances if you're eligible for 8 semesters. Your tuition fee will be waived for 8 semesters. Do you get it now? But the subsidy settlement, or the settlement subsidy, and the flight reimbursement, they are only one-time benefits. They are only paid once. Okay, so the 200,000 won will be paid once, and your flight ticket will be paid once. I hope this is clear. Okay, so they also have health insurance. We reimburse 100% of monthly insurance contributions paid by international students. Okay, so if you're an international student and you've paid for insurance, you will be getting a reimbursement, okay, which is 100% of what you pay monthly as a health insurance. Additionally, GIST provides a free annual medical checkup for international students. Okay, you can see that on the screen. Okay, make sure you read up on this. After watching this video, please make sure you read up on this. They also offer housing allowance, okay, and some mentoring programs, which we are not going to go into. Okay, so this is for the scholarship. Now let's look at the eligibility. Okay, how do I know if I'm eligible or not? First criteria is that candidates who are able to submit an apostille or consular verified high school diploma by the registration deadline. Okay, so if you want to apply to this institution, you must make sure that your high school diploma, remember you are going for an undergraduate program, right? So you have your high school certificate or diploma. Make sure you have it verified by your consular or by the embassy, the Korean embassy in your country. Okay, so you can find out on how to go about that. The second criteria is that applicants must have foreign citizenship and satisfy one of the following requirements. Okay, so for you to gain admission into this institution, you must be a foreign citizen. You must not be a Korean person or have any affiliation in Korea. Okay, so the following requirement is that neither of the applicant's parents is a Korean citizen. Just what I said, you must not have any affiliation. Your parents, your grandparents, and none of them should come from Korea. That is only when you'll be able to qualify for this. Okay, or for an applicant of Korean origin, he or she must have completed elementary, middle, and high school outside of Korea and have never been enrolled in any schools in Korea. Okay, so we look at the application process, then we look at the documents you'll be needing before you submit your application. Okay, so the first thing is to create your online account. Okay, you need to create an account in the online application system. So if you click here, click on this red thing, it will open a window. Okay, it will open a new window where you'll be able to create an account. Okay, so after creating the account, you fill in the online application and make sure to keep a record of your application number, which is automatically created when you sign up. Okay, it is important to enter your recommender's email address correctly in order for your recommender to submit the recommendation letter. He or she must use exactly the same email address which you entered for him or her in your application. Okay, so when filling the application, you need to make sure you keep a record of your application number. Okay, because it is very important and it will be required from time to time. Secondly, you must make sure you enter your recommender's email address correctly. So a recommender is like a referee, the person you'll be using as your reference, but now you are going to submit a recommendation letter and not a reference letter. Do you understand? So this recommender will also fill a form. Okay, I'm going to show you how the recommender will do it. Now this recommender will also submit an application just like you did, but it is the recommender's application, and they'll be using the same email you filled in when you were filling their application, or when you were filling them as your recommender. They will use the same email address to also fill in their own application. Okay, now the third thing is that you will request your recommender to submit a recommendation letter. Okay, so he or she will need your application number to create an account on the recommendation system. So you see, you must keep your application number safe, because you will give it to your recommender, who in turn will use it to create his or her own account on the recommendation system to be able to submit the recommendation letter, because they cannot give you the recommendation letter to submit for them. They are the ones that will submit it by themselves. Do you understand it now? Okay, so after the recommender must have submitted the recommendation letter, the next thing you need to do is upload the required documents on the application system and click the submission button before the deadline to complete the application. Okay, you can submit your application only when all the mandatory documents are uploaded and the recommendation letter has been submitted by your recommender. Okay, after submission, you check your email at least once daily to find out if there are any requests for an interview or additional documents from GIST. Okay, of course, when you submit your application, please make sure you check your email at least once a day. Okay, so that if they send anything, you will be able to see it. Okay, now you check your final admission results at the online application system on the announcement date. Okay, the last step is now completion of your enrollment. Okay, which requires the reception of documents by GIST. So if you have decided to accept the offer of admission, you should enroll at GIST within the deadline provided. An original apostilled or consular verified high school diploma and other documents requested by GIST must be sent to the admissions team by post. Okay, after this procedure, you will receive the certificate of admission and other documents for the visa application. Okay, now let's look at the required documents. What are the things they need? The mandatory documents they need from you is your application form. They need one recommendation letter from you. Okay, so when you click here, this red box, you see a sample form of how the application form looks like, then on how the recommendation letter looks like, so that you give the recommendation letter to your recommender. Okay, they also need your high school transcript, okay, or university transcript. They need your high school diploma or certification of expected graduation. Okay, they also need English proficiency test score report. I will come to that later. Okay, they need a standardized official test score results and passport copy of applicants and both parents. I'll come to that later. They also need official documents of parent-child relationship. Okay, so you'll be able to submit these documents online, okay, via their application system. Okay, and all documents must be in Korean or English. Okay, any document that is not in English or Korean must be translated and notarized. Okay, so look at the admission guide here. This page explains everything I've been reading about the mandatory required documents. Okay, when you come here, you'll be able to understand better. Okay, you need one recommendation letter. The recommendation letter is encouraged to be written by an academic advisor or homeroom teacher or a math or science teacher. Okay, submission is possible only via our online recommendation system, which I've mentioned before. Your official English test result must be within 2 years. Okay, within 2 years prior to the deadline of your application. Some countries are also exempted from writing IELTS. Countries like US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, okay, etc. So if you are from these countries, you don't need to write IELTS. Okay, but if you are from any country and you've studied in English, you can get the English proficiency test certificate. Okay, your university can issue you a letter stating that you were taught in English. Okay, and this can also suffice. When you read down, you will see where they wrote about passport copy of applicants and both parents. Okay, so if your parents have a passport, you can give. If they do not have, you can bring a copy of certificate of nationality or national ID card. You can use any of them. For the document to show parent and child relationship, it is the birth certificate. Okay, so now that you've seen the documents they need from you, it is time to start gathering them. Okay, start getting ready. If you want to write IELTS, you can also write IELTS. Okay, so that you know that there is nothing stopping you from beginning with them or starting with them come March 2025. Okay, so they have variety of programs they offer to undergraduate students as well, like mechanical engineering, computer science, lots of them. Okay, when you come to their website here, you'll be able to see the available programs for you. Okay, for the graduate programs, let's look at the financial support, just like we did with the undergraduate program, so that you'll be seeing it yourself. Okay, they also offer scholarships to graduate students. Now look at the screen here. You can see the first one, tuition assistance. So this tuition assistance is for all students. Tuition fully supported 3,607,000 won per semester. They are offering assistance to students, okay, with this tuition fee. The one-time matriculation fee of 680,000 won is charged to all newly admitted students to be enrolled. Some students may be exempt from this fee. Okay, so if you are enrolled in this institution, you'll be paying this amount for your matriculation. Okay, they did not say they are going to reimburse it. They just stated that some students may be exempt from this fee, but I don't know the type of students that will be exempt from this fee. Okay, now another thing they offer is monthly stipends to all international students. They offer student allowance 140,000 won per month for MS students, 295,000 won per month for PhD students. Can you see that they offer meal allowance nearly 100,000 won per month? Okay, for the student allowance and meal allowance, the eligibility is that you should have completed at least 9 credits in the previous semester before you be able to qualify. Okay, so it is not paid immediately. It is not paid immediately. You must have completed 9 credits in your previous semester. Okay, so international student allowance is also 120,000 won per month. Okay, the criteria is a GPA of 3 points or higher, okay, in the previous semester. They also offer research assistantship to graduate students. All students participating in research projects, okay, so you'll be getting a 6.4 million won per year of MS and 13,74,000 won per year of PhD. Okay, so for housing, they have housing allowance for students. Okay, a lot of them. Health insurance is also available for international students. 60% of national health insurance is supported. Other options may exist, okay? Then annual medical checkup, which is also free, okay? Flight reimbursement for all incoming international students, reimbursement for a one-way flight to Korea. So this is the 2025 admission schedule, okay? This is like admission guide. Now, the spring semester begins in March 2025, okay? And the application deadline is from September 11 to October 11, 2024, okay? The examination of your documents is for 15 days. They review it for 30 days. And by December 6th, you have your results, notification of your results, okay? Then you begin your registration until the 6th of January 2025, okay? So that is it. The procedure for the admission, if you are going for a graduate program in this institution, the procedure is you submit an online application with uploading required documents, okay? Choose your field of study and complete all relevant sections of the online application form. The online application form is accessible here. When you click on this red box, you will get to where you fill your form. The next thing is that the international admissions coordinator will now contact you when application and all the required documents are confirmed, okay? The next step after that is the notification of the admissions results. You'll be notified, okay, of your results. And after that, you complete your enrollment by providing any documents they ask you to provide, and also pay your matriculation fee. Then the last step will be to apply for your student visa, okay? So here is talking about the English requirements. You can read through to find out the requirements for your country, okay? Whether you need to write the IELTS or not, whether you need to submit any paper or not, okay? So the matriculation fee is non-refundable. It is a non-refundable fee of 680,000 won. There may be a fee waiver, a matriculation fee waiver for those who have financial difficulties, okay? If you want to apply for the waiver, you fill out the matriculation fee waiver form, okay? Now let's look at the documents for someone going for a master's program. You need to submit an online application. We've seen that, okay? The next thing they need from you is your certified degree or diploma transcripts, okay? After that, you need to provide 2 letters of recommendation, okay? Recommendation letters will be received directly from recommenders. We spoke about this before. Next one is the certificate of English language proficiency. You know, here they said if applicable. Like I said, it's not everyone that will write IELTS, okay? Now look at this. They said condition admission requires applicants to submit documentation related to English proficiency issued by the president or the dean of the last school attended, okay? The documentation of English language proficiency must indicate that the medium of instruction was English, okay? This was just what I said before now, but I wanted to show you. After gathering all of this, the next thing you need to do is to submit an application, okay? You can click on apply, or you click the online application. It will bring you to where you'll be able to submit your application. So in this space is where you fill out your application, and this is the same place your recommender will submit his or her own application, okay? You can see the scholarship. They stated it here. They stated all the scholarship that are offering international students here. This school is quite generous, to be honest. They are generous, and they have stated the 2 requirements you need for your application, okay? So you can go through it by yourself, so that you'll be able to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, okay? And like I said, this school is generous. They are really generous. They want you to come. They want you to gain, okay? So if you want to apply, this is the right time to start, you know, gathering your documents, getting everything you need for the admission ready, okay? So that once the portal opens in September, you'll be able to apply, okay? I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to like it. And if you have further questions, do well to drop them in the comment section, okay? Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.